Explore the mystical side of life in a multi-dimensional way. Welcome to Integrative Mystic with Anne Vivian.
Welcome to Integrative Mystic. This is Anne Vivian. Thank you so much for joining me. We are flying with the angels here in August. We're flying with the angels in this series. I am in the middle of this Archangel series in which we explore the different archangels. And today we are exploring Archangel Gabriel. I am feeling blessed to be flying with Archangel Gabriel. So won't you fly with me and Gabriel and explore the blessings and gifts this particular archangel has to offer? I can't wait to get into it and to get into Archangel Gabriel with you. Don't forget to find me on mindbodyspirit.fm podcast network. A lot of very talented podcast hosts and spiritual leaders on this network. Check it out. You can also find me on iTunes, Google, and Spotify. So please don't forget to subscribe. Let's take a deep breath, friends. Let's step into this angelic, magical space. If you feel any tension in your body, try and just breathe into it. Let it go. Imagine all of the angels around you right now. We are constantly, continually surrounded by divine support in many forms, angels being one of them. Can you feel that angelic support right now? I can feel the presence right now of Gabriel, of angels, guides, ancestors. We are never alone. We always have support. And just drink that in. Breathe that in. Welcome. To summarize the structure of these shows real quick. Every show I'm sharing the archangel that I tuned into using psychic blindfold, or I like to call envelope divination. I put all the archangels into the names of them into individual envelopes, blank envelopes, and then one by one I tuned into each one psychically to more objectively tune into the energy and the consciousness of that particular archangel, bypassing assumptions and sharing with you the information I got intuitively communing with each angel. So I'm going to share that for Archangel Gabriel. I also go into for each archangel archetypal information, mystical, esoteric traditions and beliefs. We go over the chakras, if there's a chakra associated with the archangel, the 7 rays, the tree of life from the Jewish Kabbalah. And as I said, I also share with you my personal communication and perhaps experience with this archangel. And of course, there are many expressions of divine support, many types of angels and guides, and spirit or God is the divine consciousness behind all of the guides and all of the angels and all of life, all of you and me and everything and everyone. But archangels are a particular kind of divine support, and they're powerful angels who work with humanity individually and on a large scale and will come to you if you call on a particular archangel. It can be part of you already have archangels working with you, but you can call on them and they will respond. Trust me. I just had a friend tell me, I did a show on Archangel Zadkiel and mentioned he is associated with helping you find lost things, and he's helped me before. And she misplaced her keys, and she did call on Archangel Zadkiel, and what do you know? She found her keys very quickly. Archangels, and there's just so many stories. The archangels are amazingly powerful beings of love and light, and they are powerful allies if you call on them. So I'm really passionate about the archangels. I've worked with them for years and years. I've always had an instinct to. I'm sure I have in past lives, and I love sharing my experiences with you. I love hearing about your experiences. If you have an archangel experience, please message me. Let's dive in. Archangel Gabriel, and I do mean dive in because Gabriel is the archangel associated with the element of water. There's a bird flying right outside my window right now. It's a sign. It's a sign the angels are here. Gabriel is associated with water. So let's dive into that beautiful archangel watery energy. When I tuned in with the psychic blindfold to Archangel Gabriel, so before I knew it was Archangel Gabriel, I got a very strong feeling of a friendly angel, but also a very expansive archangel. And I also got this very strong books and learning vibe, helping people make amends, heal relationships, very soothing. I got really strong, compassionate feeling, compassion. And it's interesting. I've tuned in Archangel Gabriel before and felt that feminine vibe. Some people refer to Gabriel as a she, and some people propose that there are no genders in archangels, and some people feel there is more of a masculine or feminine quality to certain archangels. It's funny because I have felt that feminine quality to Gabriel before, but when I was tuning into the psychic blindfold, I really did not. Anyway, so feeling of that friendliness, expansiveness, got strong books, learning, soothing, compassion. So Gabriel is known for being a very compassionate, soothing angel and energy. I'm going to refer to Archangel Gabriel as a he throughout this show because I did not feel a feminine energy. I felt more of a masculine energy. But I just want to make sure you know some people do feel a feminine energy, and I have before. But that's why I'm referring to him as a he, because I didn't feel it this time with the psychic blindfold. So he is associated with the water element, and he was actually the messenger angel in the Christian Bible announcing the approaching birth of Jesus to Mary. And it is also said that Gabriel dictated the spiritual text of the Quran to Muhammad in Islam. So there's a multi-religious, cross-religious experience of him as being a messenger angel. And I think that's where I was getting a very strong book image and feeling. I heard books many times as I'm doing the psychic blindfold with Archangel Gabriel. So there is a really big association with communication, with books, with the messenger, and with spiritual messages. Archangel Gabriel is also known for having a very soothing energy. So I was tuning in definitely to those pieces. The color I got was so strong. It was orange, and I also got a little bit I got a big punch of orange, and then I got a little hit of blue and purple when I was tuning into colors. And I did feel my sixth chakra, third eye chakra, the chakra between your eyes. And as it happens, Archangel Gabriel is associated with the orange ray in the seven rays, and there are 7 rays associated with the 7 chakras and 7 different forces of consciousness, qualities of consciousness. So there's that orange, and he's associated with the sacral chakra. So that's the chakra right below your belly button, and that is associated with creativity, nurturing, shared power, fertility. And the third eye chakra, which is the 6th chakra, I think that connects with Gabriel's association with intuition and your 6th sense. I'm going to go into that a little bit more in a minute. But also there's that communication. I think that's where I was getting maybe the blue color. The images I got were a swan, a dove, duck, turtle. So I'm getting water birds and water animals. And I think that's where the association of Archangel Gabriel is with water. So I'm feeling that water vibe. Um, and then I also just got this image of flags and the feeling of this angel helps people get along, like helps countries get along. So it's interesting. That's the second time I heard um, something about relationships and helps healing in relationships, which is also a very watery thing, emotions and relationships and compassion. So I asked, what does this archangel help with? And I heard it can help you switch your attitude. Again, books, learning, knowledge. I did hear camera and photography, so there's some creativity, understanding things on a deeper level, um, uncovering yourself, trusting yourself. So, you're getting some mental energy too with the books, learning knowledge. And I think that relates to the association with Gabriel for helping you with communication, helping you with speaking. There's also that association with Gabriel and books with him being the messenger angel and dictating the Quran to Muhammad. So I think I'm definitely tuning into that communication, words, books, learning, kind of teaching, learning, knowledge, whole part of Archangel Gabriel, which, you know, it's not as emphasized in a lot of the writing about Gabriel that I came across. However, I think it makes sense. And I think it makes sense considering Gabriel is associated with spiritual knowledge and spiritual dictations and spiritual teaching and messages. So I definitely felt that strong spiritual teaching, spiritual messages. And also, I felt a very strong intuitive vibe with Archangel Gabriel. I felt, with everything that he was telling me, there was a big emphasis on not just mental learning, but an intuitive learning, an intuitive communication, an intuitive understanding. So here is the message I got in the envelope divination. Again, when I did not know which archangel this was, here is the message I got. I am always on the verge of a new discovery. I am magic. I am able to help people see more deeply and read between the lines. I can help people uncover themselves and trust themselves. I can help people see the unseen. What lies beneath the surface is useful, and I can show you how. What an interesting message. I feel like the discoveries part, I'm always on the verge of a new discovery. That reminds me of that orange energy of Archangel Gabriel, that orange chakra, orange ray, orange sacral chakra energy of vitality and originality, creative discoveries. So there's this inspiration and muse. Archangel Gabriel is known for being a creative muse. So there's this, what can I discover? What can I create? And you hear that emphasis on the intuitive knowledge as he talks about. I'm able to help you read between the lines. So again, there's that emphasis on the words and the message, but not just mental surface level knowledge or message, but an intuitive, spiritual, deep message, reading between the lines. And intuition is really associated with Gabriel, being associated with the element of water, but in the tree of life, he's associated with the branch or sephir in the tree of life that is associated with the moon, Yasad. And so the moon and this sephira in the tree of life is all about that moon energy, intuitive knowledge. It's also the water element, emotions, compassion, at the worst, illusions. And it's associated with the astral plane. And it's interesting. That's the dimension of consciousness in which many mystics believe thoughts are in the transition of forming into things. This is where they begin to materialize before becoming dense enough to exist in our 3D world. And so this deeper knowledge, this seeing beneath the surface. I feel like this really relates to what the energy that I was tuning into when I tuned into Archangel Gabriel, is him helping us with that moon energy, see past the surface, to use our intuitive abilities to give and receive those spiritual messages. Archangel Gabriel's also associated with dreams and the dream world. So he can help you to understand dreams, to improve your dream recall, or understand how to interpret or work with dreams or use dreams in a specific way. So what a magical angel. And it's so interesting, the parts of the angels that I'm tuning into, because I do get specific things that, really pop out to me. And it helps, it's so inspiring to me to do this research and find out all these other dimensions to these angels that I didn't know about. And I love sharing it with you. So ritual idea, before we go into the ritual idea, here's some ideas just for working with Archangel Gabriel. So if you want help with communication, if you want help with public speaking of any kind, or delivering spiritual messages, understanding spiritual knowledge or readings, to increase your compassion for yourself, or do you want to increase understanding and compassion and harmony in a relationship? If you want to develop your intuition, call on Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel can also help with parenting and working with children, fertility issues. Think that sacral chakra area, the womb, and all of those beautiful orange energies, creativity, balancing your emotions. So think of anything having to do with that element of water, the flow of emotions, relationships, intuition, communication, imagination, and that's Archangel Gabriel's specialty. A ritual idea: if you live near a body of water, if you live near a pool, perhaps you have a pool or access to a pool, this is an idea of something you can do. You can also just do this if you don't live near water, by simply, or maybe it's not the right season for you to go near the water because it's too cold, but just simply imagine what I'm about to tell you in a meditative state, and perhaps even place a small bowl or container of water near you. So go to your meditative state, go to your body of water or pool that is close to you. Get in a comfortable position, call on Archangel Gabriel and your higher self to offer you gifts of this watery wisdom. Imagine Archangel Gabriel directing the beautiful, divine, magical waters into your body as you go for a swim, as you dip your toes into the water, as you imagine that the water energy is entering you, and feel that water cleansing and energizing your body. Call on Archangel Gabriel and the water element to bless your words and communications with beauty and inspiration and compassion. Ask for support to cleanse and activate your third eye chakra and your intuitive abilities. Ask for inspiration and help with creative projects. Imagine feeling love and compassion for yourself and others as the flowing currents of water move throughout your body. And don't forget to thank Gabriel and the water element, your higher self as well, for this blessing. That was an example of a little ritual you can do with Archangel Gabriel. I pulled some cards for the week, transitioning into the collective energy and spiritual guidance for the week ahead. This is for August 12th, 2022, or whenever you're listening to this podcast is whenever you were meant to hear this message. So I pulled the Page of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles for this upcoming week. And by the way, the Archangel that I tune into for each week is also connected with the energy of the week in my intuitive understanding. And so Archangel Gabriel might offer you some creative expression, some intuitive development, some public speaking, or spiritual knowledge, help, and wisdom. You might notice those themes come up this week. And Archangel Gabriel, it's the perfect week to call on this archangel, or any archangel or angel or guide that you feel called to work with. So tuning into the energy of this week, I've got the Page of Swords. I do feel like there's a lot of ideas, mental energy, creative energy this week. So that's the general energy for this week. And it feels like, restlessness, a wanting, we're at the full moon at the time of me recording this. There's definitely a peak of energy where we're at the end part of the Lionsgate portal. But the Page of Swords, I feel like, is pointing to people are curious, people are communicating, people are imagining, some mental creative energy. And it feels like the energy is growing. It's restless. It's what new discoveries can I make? How can I feel more inspired? Wanting to get out and do more activities. That's that page kind of energy. 8 of Pentacles is the guidance card for this week. I feel like there's an emphasis on work and learning and kind of nose to the grindstone. I feel like this week the guidance is to don't go it alone, and to reach out and connect with your community, connect with others, connect with support and partnerships and groups to feel more, the work is so much more fun if you have someone fun to do it with. And so is learning, and so are so many things. But I feel like that could be something really helpful this week, is make sure you're not too isolated, and also to create a space for yourself to really focus on, give space and time so that you have that space and time and energy to focus on what really is important to you, what inspires you. And as you set aside time to work on or to pursue what inspires you, then you bring that energy more into your life, more into your consciousness, more into the earth plane. So don't be afraid to set aside time in your schedule this week for what truly inspires you, whether that's creative project or time with a loved one or spiritual practice or doing some kind of movement or exercise, whatever connecting with the earth, whatever inspires you, make sure and cut out that time, carve out even 15 minutes to carve out that time. I think there's some research that shows even 20 minutes of doing something that really brings you joy during the day can make a really big difference in your quality of life. And also remember to connect with other people. And this can really help to increase your inspiration and feeling of connection and love this week. And reminding you that you do have support, and reminding you that you are making progress. There is inspiration and beautiful discoveries and moments to be had in life. I pulled a couple starseed oracle cards. Lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. And it's very Archangel Gabriel. So, using your powers of intuition and letting go what you need to let go of. Letting go of that which does not serve you. Maybe some old beliefs are in there, old habits. Breath of the cosmos. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. So don't micromanage the universe. Allow universe, spirit, God, goddess to lead you, to guide you, to step in and allow that divine consciousness to take the lead. So there's a surrender here as well. Don't try and do everything yourself. Don't try and over control, right? And as you can surrender and let go, let God, Goddess, you will find that things might just get easier. You might get intuitions, you might get unexpected answers to prayers, or your friend gives you a suggestion for something that's just what you need, or you're in the right place at the right time. But when it's so important in that manifestation process to be in the receptive mode and let go. And that's what this card says to me is make sure that as you're clarifying what you want, as you're working hard, as you're making your plans and organizing yourself, that you leave some room for divine consciousness, for spirit to come through, and make sure you're surrendering and letting go. And this allows the universe to bring you what you want, what you need, what it is that you and the universe want to co-create together. So tune into your imagination, make time for what inspires you, call upon your divine support, and release, get in that receptive mode. Call upon support and remember to connect with others this week. And have fun with Archangel Gabriel. If you're doing the envelope divination psychic blindfold with me, I'd love to hear what your experience is of these angels. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to find me on mindbodyspirit.fm, this podcast. Don't forget to check out my website, Creative Psyche Studio. Psyche is spelled Psyche. And on creativepsychestudio.com, you'll find information about me and my groups, my multidimensional manifesting group and dream groups. Some are online, some are in person here in New England. And I look forward to connecting with you in the next session or podcast or event. Have a beautiful week, my friend. Blessings.